This is a press statement issued by Liberal Democratic Party LDP. The Liberal Democratic Party LDP raises grave concern over serious inconsistencies, internal contradictions, and procedural irregularities evident in the ruling delivered in High Court Commercial and Tax Division case number E600 of 2024, which is filed between William Charles Frida and Teresa Ndeto at the Milimani Law Courts. As LDP's presidential candidate, I grew up in Kibra, where my father was the catechist of St. Michael's Otiende, where the sisters prayed and did their personal work. In that matter, I am privy to much information from my childhood. From my recollection, the facility has grown from its humble beginnings to its current status as a modern, multi-speciality, faith-based institution under the management of the sisters. This has happened despite the many challenges and external pressures we have witnessed in the hospital. The major challenge being the in and out of court disputes. A careful review of the court record in this matter reveals chronological impossibilities, selective application of statutory provisions, and contradictory judicial findings that cannot reasonably be explained as clerical or inadvertent errors. These irregularities go to the core of judicial reasoning, procedural fairness, and public confidence in the administration of justice. Of particular concern is the continued prejudice suffered by the sisters, whose role as trustees and stewards of faith-based public interest health institution is well documented in prior decisions of the Commercial, Environmental, Land Court, and the Court of Appeal. These sisters dedicated their lives to charitable service, health delivery, and community welfare, yet they remain subjected to legal uncertainty and procedural outcomes that appear to dilute or undermine their legitimate interests. St. Mary's Hospital remains the last hope for Kenyans who desire affordable, efficient, and reliable healthcare with preferences for the poor, as sisters have always delivered. Therefore, handing over such a facility to a private individual, taking it away from faith-based institution, will leave those who have benefited from St. Mary's Hospital with either Kenyatta National Hospital or Bangadi Hospital, which cannot match the quality, the efficiency, and the affordability that the sisters have delivered over the years. Justice for the sisters is not a private dispute. It is a test of Kenya's fidelity to trust law, religious freedom, and the constitutional obligation to protect institutions established for the public good. In the case of E600 of 2024, the emerging pattern, characterized by reliance on documents bearing illogical or conflicting timelines, selective interpretation of the Companies Act, and inconsistent treatment of local standards and the statutory exceptions raises a reasonable apprehension of improper influence or compromise judicial processes warranting urgent institutional scrutiny. LDP respects and promotes the independence of the judiciary and does not wish to make reckless accusations against individual judicial officers. However, where judicial outcomes consistently display incoherence, selective reasoning, and unexplained departures from settled law, silence would amount to abdication of civic duty, and therefore we call it sin of omission. In that regard, LDP demands as follows. 1. That an independent and transparent review by the Judicial Service Commission into the handling of the case E600 of 2024. 2. A forensic audit of the court record, including the affidavit dates, registry actions, and procedural compliance relied upon in the ruling. 3. An immediate and effective protection of the rights and interests of the sisters in strict fidelity to trust law and binding appellate decisions. 4. Institutional safeguards against judicial capture, undue influence, and manipulation of commercial justice processes. The judiciary must therefore remain the final justice, not a theater of contradiction or perceived influence. LDP stands with the sisters. LDP stands for justice, accountability, and law. God bless you, and God bless Kenya. Thank you.